We're just normal men.
What do you mean, normal men?
We're just innocent men.
It's time for Side Scrollers with me, Stuttering Craig.
Oh, wow! Right on the tip. Just on the tip.
And Blabs. Co-hosted by our friends from around the internet.
There is a portion of Norway where it is legally required to carry a firearm at all times.
If you're just a normal man looking for common sense in this crazy-ass world, you've come to the right place. And now, broadcasting from our homes from around the internet, it's time for Side Scrollers.
Okay, you ready? Open wide!
Oh! Welcome out to Side Scrollers on YouTube.com and Rumble.com and SideScrollersPodcast.com. What is going on, everybody? Hello, hello, hello. Happy Friday to you. It's been a strong Friday. We're going to finish this week. Oh, man, I just got us demonetized a minute into the show. Hello, everybody. I'm Stuttering Craig. Man, it's going to be a good day. Hello, Blabs. Great to see you. How are you?
What just happened? I thought my entire PC just froze because he was like, whoa, and then just, and I was like, oh no, not now. He's going to introduce me in like 30 seconds. But no. What did you do?
I misclicked. I usually just click to keep the music going. I misclicked. User error.
Like, everything just froze. It's down.
That's actually pretty good. It'd be a pretty good little prank one day. Maybe
Don't do that. The anxiety of like, oh, fuck.
Well, how are you today?
I'm good. You know, I'm really happy it's Friday, so yes.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's good. Well, I'll tell you what. Today we got a 10 out of 10 show with 10 out of 10 guests. I'm tell you this right now. We got
just
a killer.
Shitting all over Flawed and Logan. It's all good.
Hey, I'll tell you what. Hey, did you see Mo posted on Twitter her she had a spectacular pumpkin. Did you see it?
No. Let me go.
You pull that up. You should find Mo's pumpkin. It's great. I don't know, but hey, we can shit on Flawed all day long, but don't shit on Mo. Just saying about that. Well, look, we got a great show. And by the way, Flawed hit 200K yesterday.
Did.
Mm-hmm. That was a big deal. Great day to be a Flawed fan. That's what you should call his audience, Flawed fans.
The FFs.
Yeah, the alliteration is a big player in the world of subscriber names.
Alliteration.
What's that?
Can you spell alliteration?
Alliteration. ALL. I don't give a fuck. How's that sound? Well, look, we got a great show for you guys. A couple great guests. So let's introduce them. Man, hey, Mr. Debonair. I just called him the James Bond of podcasting. Look at this son of a bitch. It's Jeff from World Class Bullshitters. Look at that guy.
Hey, everybody. How you doing? Craig Blabs, thanks for having me. And, yeah, thanks for the compliment. I try to keep it world class at all times.
How do you take your martini?
I've had it shaken, not stirred. I've had regular. I used to like to drink, so I've had all kinds of martinis.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, I am not a martini man. Never had a martini before because I don't like...
So wait, how do you know you're not a martini man if you've never had one before?
Isn't gin in it?
No, there's vodka.
Is it vodka?
There's different types of martinis.
Okay, yeah. I don't know. Whenever I had one, I didn't like. You know what I don't like? I don't like olive juice. So
same.
You know, I don't like olives at all. So it's like one of those.
You've never had a good olive, then?
Okay. Can use that in so many different ways. I don't like this. Well, you never had good
No, because it's
whatever
true.
here.
Like the ones from Italy and all that, those are actually like a whole other way. But then the ones here in America, they're like trash. It's like, well, I hate olives, but all you ever had is the shitty American ones. So.
Okay, hold on. Let's bring in the James Bond number 2 of the show real quick before we continue this conversation. It is Eric from You, Me, and the Movies, Mr. Yeehaw himself. Round of applause. Let's go.
Give me a good Hefeweizen. I don't want a martini.
Hey, okay.
What?
A Hefeweizen.
Wheat beer.
Oh, beer.
No, I had this. Okay, and you guys are familiar with the show. You guys have been on many times. Eric's probably the one who's been on the show the most. I think out of everybody.
I think I've been on the show more than Craig and Blabs at this point.
This is true.
Yes, this is true.
Actually, Eric owns the show. Legally,
you know what?
It's in his name.
Just for giggles.
We're just normal men.
What do you mean, normal men?
We're just innocent men.
It's time for Side Scrollers with me, Stuttering Craig.
Oh, wow! Right on the tip. Just on the tip.
And Blabs. Co-hosted by our friends from around the internet.
There is a portion of Norway where it is legally required to carry a firearm at all times.
If you're just a normal man looking for common sense in this crazy-ass world, you've come to the right place. And now, broadcasting from our homes from around the internet, it's time for Side Scrollers.
Okay, you ready? Open wide.
Welcome in. I'm your host, Mr. Movies, and this is Side Scrollers, the show that I'm on more than Craig and Blabs. If you don't realize it, I'm the yeehaw guy, so let's do it. Yeehaw! Let's go!
That was great. I didn't know what Craig was doing. I thought he was going to stop the intro right before it says, with your host, Stuttering Craig. I'm like, well, that defeats the purpose.
I'm going to tell you this right now. I quit. I'm
yeah,
done.
that was really good, Eric.
That was perfect. That was way better than that was
I had
spectacular.
whole intro to think about what I was going to say. So.
Hey, you nailed it. That was spectacular. Good, great stuff. Excellent job. Well, look, I always like to throw curveballs, but I'll tell you, you freaking nailed that right there. That was outstanding.
Oh, I got my baseball shirt on today. That's
And
fine.
yeah, that's right. You hitting dingers in your baseball shirt. That's good.
Always.
Well, look, we do have a great show for everybody. We're glad everybody's here. You know what? Okay, before we get to go through the intro, blah, 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 Rumble, X, Instagram, all that stuff, sidescrollspodcast.com, go support membership, all that stuff. Great. Subscribe to the channel, 104,000 normal men. You know that. We're closing in on 105. Let's get there. If you're new, subscribe. Let's get to our like goal. Okay. I had this thought this morning, Blabs, because you're talking about olives, right? And this may be controversial and all, but I had this realization earlier today. You are a snob.
Thank you.
Hold on. You are a snob when it comes to being an Italian.
Because we're superior.
Oh, you're Italian?
Guamanian Italian of the Guamanian.
Yeah, totally.
That's right. It's
There are a
so
lot of
funny.
Italians on Guam.
I don't know, but it's amazing because every time we talk about anything, even like I think we talking about bread, and Blad's is like, but if you had Italian bread, and be like,
Yeah.
we'll be having we'll have a sausage or something. But is it real? What's the casing?
Listen.
You said that yesterday.
Can eat whoever type of dick you want, Craig. It's fine.
Germans have better sausage.
Oh, see, here it comes. Here it
It's a good
comes.
debate.
Here it comes.
I mean, he probably is not wrong. Germans are very well known for, like, the wieners.
Well, it's kind of a backhanded compliment, I guess, in the best way possible. All it means
No,
is
but like they're actually really well known for like their sausages, beer, certain pastries and things.
yeah.
Really good.
Well, the answer is, it's not a negative thing, Blabs, that you're a snob, right? I think, like, I'm
You're a snob. Thank you.
like you're just proud. You're proud of your
Yes.
heritage. There's nothing wrong with that.
Person.
Yeah, like we all love America here. You know what I mean? So we give snobby Americans. It's okay. It's how it is. Anyways, I found that I don't know what I was thinking about today. I was like walking around and I was like, it's one of those things where you go,
This bitch is a snob.
Oh man. Well, look, we do have a great show for you guys. Glad everybody's here. We're going to be getting into some pretty weird stuff with Roblox. If you guys saw the thumbnail, which you did because you clicked on the video, first off, thanks. This Roblox situation is nuts. And as a father of two daughters who have never played Roblox and will never play Roblox, just out of principle, I'm kind of shocked by everything that goes on in that game. I thought it was bad, but I didn't know it was this bad. We also have an update on the Nintendo Switch game that they're going through the testing on. We're going to give you an update on that, show you as much as we possibly can without getting flagged on YouTube. And we got some stuff about Dragon Age Veilguard, which is coming. Black Ops 6 releases today, so people are freaking out about that. Jeff, you played that earlier today, yeah?
Yep.
Cool. We'll get you your thoughts on that.
Cool.
And we have Plane Talk today. 2 days in a row, Plane Talk. But this Plane Talk is this may be the nuttiest of all Plane Talks. I'm gonna tell you this right now. It's one story in its own segment. So let's get on that. It's gonna be good. But first, check this out. HP Lovecraft's Cat came in as a brand new member. That is outstanding. Before the show started. That's awesome. Thank you very much. And so did John. John, thank you very much for becoming a member. Appreciate that. That is great. Stutter says, how are nearly half the chat wrong? Why does the kidnapping monster deserve the girl? How far have we fallen as a society? At least half our thumbs up. Well, what is this reference to? The
All right,
poll?
so the poll is today. Slap the like button, which, by the way, slap it. If you think Bowser deserves Peach or Mario deserves Peach. And we are currently at Mario deserves Peach at 59% and Bowser for 41% with 596 votes.
Well, I'll tell you this. I love the idea that the normal men sometimes like being the villain. You know, sometimes being a heel is pretty
Our
fun.
villain stage, y'all. We're here.
You have your some people would say I'm in my villain arc right now. I would say I'm in my common sense arc, but that's all right. But common sense is villainous in the year 2024. Yes. So Joe says, can you call Jeremy and tell him that to contact Adrian Curry and to tell her that she left her stream up on Rumble and YouTube? Wait, that's the worst. That's the worst when you leave your stream up on accident. Do you know who Adrian Curry is?
Yep.
Should we?
America's Top Model.
Yeah. Let's see. So, apparently she was cooking. Let's check out real quick. Let's see if she's actually left it up over on Rumble.
Should we stream sniper?
It is up on. It is. Let's see if we can actually hear what's happening. Nope. Okay, good. There's no audio. That's good. But yeah, let's have it up. Should I call Jeremy right now? Should we do it live?
Yeah, just let her have it up and see how long it takes her.
Oh, good. I'm sure if you guys just tweet at Adrian Curry, let her know. So.
By the way, you're a little bit underwater.
I am?
Yeah.
What a damn shame.
What a damn shame. They can't hear me.
It happened when you brought up the other stream.
Yeah, it's true.
I think that's what happens
You're
is
back now.
Yeah. Anytime I play any sort of video, I immediately start drowning. So, it's crazy.
Can someone make a me of Craig drowning, like in Nintendo form? Like the
Or
old
just-
school me's on the Wii?
Or like Sonic.
Song.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was a good time, Craig. Remember that? I drowned Sonic by accident.
Yeah, it was great times, wasn't it?
It really was. I'm a psycho.
Oh, man. Jason says, aren't you still looking for a CEO? Yes, still actively looking, searching, talking with a number of people. Say, mostly to help execute from the business side of things with side scrollers, for sure. The Worthy One says, hey, Jeff, do you have a favorite current day wrestler?
Yes, I do. It would be LA Knight because, well, he's entertaining and can cut a damn good promo. So, yeah, I do have a favorite.
Right? That's
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah. Nestrak says, olives, yes or no poll, please. The right answer is no. Fire it up, Blabs. Nestrak gave Danish monies to us, which is great. So let's do it. Rogue Alexander says, hey guys, love the show. Did you see the fan-made PS5 controller modeled after Stellar Blade? It's awesome. Wish it was commercially available. No, we did not see that. Oh,
I found it.
Oh, look at you.
I'm assuming this is it, because this is awesome if it is.
That
looked really nice.
That's pretty sharp. Yeah, I like it. I like that green on the gray right there. That's really sharp.
Yeah, if that's the right one. I had to struggle to find it. I'm assuming.
We can only assume. And look at this. Angela came in and gifted 5 memberships to the channel. That's outstanding, Angela. Thank you very much. We genuinely appreciate that. If you guys got gifted a membership, make sure you say thank you. Consider paying it forward. And Angela, we thank you dearly. Thank you very much for that. Also, listen to this. Thunderbolt came in, Blabs, with a $50 direct donation. Says, is it only me that likes the $50 donation more than the $100 and $150? Anyways, keep up the awesome show. Hey, Thunderbolt, thank you very much. As a matter of fact, I would like to present you with the one you don't like, actually, just for incentive. How do you don't like that? All right, that's fine.
Maybe they're too big for him.
Come on.
What? Maybe, listen, some men don't really like huge boobs. So maybe the one for the 50 is a little bit better in his opinion. I don't know.
Might sink your motorboat.
I'm sorry, what?
He said it.
Might sink your motorboat and you drown.
Right. Another imagery of me drowning over here. That's great. We got Sonic.
Craig's drowning in boobs.
What a way to go.
There are, I would say,
Death by snoo.
Isn't that one of those things where you'd be like, I'm dying, but this is awesome.
You wouldn't even think about your death. You'd just be like, oh, I'm dead now.
And now you have your quote for your meme.
Hey, Thunderbolt, thank you so much. That is greatly appreciated, and hopefully you enjoyed those wonderful things. Hey, Delta says, I must have missed where this Who Deserves Peach More poll. I must have missed where this whole Who Deserves Peach More poll comes from, I guess. But do you guys know the game theory pipeline of Luigi gets Peach and Rosalina was their child? The lore runs deep, and I don't care enough to see if it's disproven. Is that an old like MatPat video? That sounds like
I have no idea.
video.
I just made the poll this morning. I just thought of something the chat would like to discuss, and I was like, "How about Peach and Bowser and Mario?" There was nothing related.
Love triangle, yeah. And John's right, man. Too big. What's wrong with you? That's like, what's going on? I don't know, John. It's crazy. Well, thank you for that. All right, we got a lot going on today. We're glad you guys are with us. Let's get to it, Blabs. Tell us a little bit about today in video game history.
Okie dokies. Well, today is October 25th, so we have a lot of Call of Duty today for, I guess, Black Ops 6 anniversary. So, Call of Duty 2 was released back in 2005, as well as Battlefield 3 releasing back in 2011. And then we have Call of Duty Modern Warfare releasing back in 2019. And yes, I know, guys, I did make a boo-boo for 24 years old in 2005, but we're just going to roll with it because it's Blabs.
We're going to roll with it because it's Blabs. All right.
The end.
Some noticeable games that were not included on your list, which some may say are hearsay, some may say are not warranted to be on the list. First one, The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, released 24 years ago today in the year 2000. You guys' thoughts on Majora's Mask?
Not as good as Ocarina of Time.
Yeah. The time aspect of it was kind of...
There's a lot of people who... Yeah, there's a lot of people who they swear by Majora's Mask. It's the best, and I think it's like just one of those like Dirk. That's like I want to be different to be different type things, you know.
Well, there's a Zelda audience that likes Majora's Mask and Wind Waker above all the other ones, and I'm in the category of those two are just not for me. So I think there's a large enough portion of people that are really into that one.
Their opinion is not validated. I was never into Majora's Mask, but I know a lot of people liked it. The old mask hunt and all that stuff. It's weird. Soul Calibur 3 for the PlayStation 2 was released 19 years ago today, which Soul Calibur is always a great time for sure. And we got Call of Duty Modern Warfare. I mentioned that one before. And Black Ops 6 released today for the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, and Series X. Which I'm sure we'll put some sort of time code here for if you guys want to, if at any time you guys like to pick up Call of Duty, Black Ops 6 throughout the show, guess what you can do? Just click it on the screen or something. I think that's how it works on YouTube. Well, Blabs will make sure that happens for you guys. And we'll get like 3% of the total sale. Yay. All right, there we go. We're all on board with that, which is great. So if you're going to buy games, just buy it through us, or at least click the link in the affiliate link or whatever. All right. Great stuff today, guys. Biggest bullshitter on Girth came in with the $10 direct donation. Says some normal innocent support for some normal innocent men. HEB in Texas is olives marinated with tangerine and chilies. They're amazing. Not as good as Ocarina of Time, though. Thank you, biggest bullshitter on Girth, for your $10 direct donation. We really appreciate that. It's always a pleasure to see the girthy one in the chat. Retromeister says fans of the playground playing a video game with kids online. As a wise man once said, well, imagine my shock. Yes, we're talking about, I guess you're talking about Roblox here. Yet this gets exposed along with the disgraced ex-CEO of Abercrombie & Finch. Coincidence? I think not. Yeah, Retromeister, there's a lot of nastiness happening in the world right now, for sure. Farron came in with some hard truths about the chesticles. Says, is it Opie? Opie is truth. Medium is premium. Flat is justice. All right, thank you very much. And Bike Shorts Senpai, the Latina breeder, says the controller
hell?
I don't know, should have been Eve's bootylicious butt on it. All right, thank you.
That would have been funny.
That's good stuff. And Thunderbolt came in with another 10. Says, I like the 100 and 150, but I still like the 50 better. Well, Thunderbolt, thank you very much for your support over there. All right, let's get into it, guys. We got a lot to talk about. I'm ready to talk about it. If you guys are you guys ready to roll? Okay, let's get into it. It's time for my favorite segment, your favorite segment, everybody in the world's favorite segment. It's time for Hard News.
Hard News.
Wow.
I tried to cut it. It didn't work out.
You even booted
You
him
just cut him.
backstage.
I tried to boot me. That was hold on. Do
That
it
was
again.
awful, Craig. You just booted Eric.
Your new host.
Get out. All right, listen, boys. I'm in charge now. Saddle up. All right, where the hell is this hard news shit, though? Got it!
Hard news.
There's a. You guys are ruining the yeehaw. Yeehaw! There we go.
You little shit! Craig just muted me. And now he's giggling on the floor. Anyway, it's fine.
I don't even know
I'll bring
what's
Jeff
going
back.
on.
So yeah, I panicked and pressed it too early, and then I realized my mistake and pressed it again. And then Craig sabotaged me when I was about to do it right. Anyway, we're fine now. He's crying.
Premature yeehaw is never the right thing to do.
Anyway, it's fine.
All right,
We're
sorry.
really
Okay.
professional here. We do this for a living.
Yeah, that's what we do this every day. All right, let's go.
Is Blabs an intern or something? Yep.
Oh man, Evil Craig returns for the day. Hey, Magnum Norris came in with a $20 super chat. Says Lizzo was spotted orbiting the binary star system. She released an angry dookie, which is now heading towards Earth. Fortunately, Kamala intends to swallow it before she can give an opinion on the story. Thanks, Magnum Norris. That's a very nice fanfic that you delivered our way. Really appreciate that. It's good. By the way, go out and vote, guys. Go out and vote. Quick side note. Have you guys voted this year? Have you voted
Not yet.
already? Okay. I
I
wouldn't
usually
vote.
just go in day of.
Let me just say something about the voting process. At least here in Texas, nothing about this makes sense at all. All right, and this has nothing to do with politics. This has to do everything to do with a good process, right? When you vote, it goes in and it registers. You in Texas, you fill out this thing, you fill out the form, you put it in a computer, and it goes right, and it says, "Okay, you're good," and you get a little American flag. It's like you voted, right? I was expecting some sort of receipt. Like, hey, this is who you voted for. If I go to the store and buy grapes, I get a receipt that says, hey, you bought grapes. But I feel like there's a lot of like trust just being placed in these machines without some sort of receipt you're receiving. Am I the only one who feels that way? Because that's the first thing I thought. I was like,
Oh yeah, it's the same with like buying a lottery ticket, alcohol. You have to prove that like you're a citizen or of legal age and everything. But for there, you don't even have to do that. I can literally pretend to be my sister and go back and vote again, and they will never know. That's how bad it is. They don't ask for my ID. They just be like, "What's your name?" I tell them, like, "Okay, cool."
well,
I don't care. I can lie.
well, I mean, we have to show IDs. They check IDs. And
Oh, not for me. I've never had to show my ID ever.
Yeah, that's
You
stupid.
do in Ohio.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have that.
Well, I don't know. Just the whole idea of like, you vote, you should probably get some sort of piece of paper that says this is who you voted for. I don't know why we don't do that. It seems
Yeah.
like
Don't
a
you
very
think
basic thing.
Could be an adverse effect though, because everyone's going to then have their receipts and it'll cause more problems afterwards.
Yeah.
It's a proof of purchase. It's a proof of what you did, because especially now, like there's such this discussion of like election integrity, right? And there's a video of people who live fairly close to where I live in a county not too far away in Texas that was seeing people that they voted for, and in the machine it was registering the other person, right? Like,
That's fair.
I would think that you'd want to at least say, hey, no, this is who I voted for. See, it says right here, but whatever. Anyways, total.
Now you should be able to have a receipt proving that you voted, because like, what if shit happens, your vote gets lost, and be like, nope, here it is, receipts. You have receipts for everything: doctor's appointments, insurance, shit fucks up, receipt.
You can
Why
put a
not for that?
UPC code on it or a QR code that tells you exactly where to verify that it's an authentic piece of paper.
Yeah, the
one of
time that
one.
you voted and
That's
everything.
easy.
Yeah, you can get a custom QR code. Maybe it's not on there, but you just scan the QR code or something. I don't know, but I don't know. There's so much of the process didn't make sense to me, but whatever. It is what it is.
Well, since we've stopped writing names on a piece of paper and filled in bubbles and handed it to somebody to count, the trust on the counter to count it correctly has been there. So
Yes, it's amazing how that works. Well, hold on, what was that, Jeff?
That
What is it?
big ass mug.
Oh no, I didn't like how I was lit. I have a lamp here, so I took the lampshade
Oh,
off.
all I saw was like a giant thing. I'm like, is that a mug?
Yes, Blabs, I drink my coffee. Well,
Well,
I
you
actually
are
would drink
really
a cup
tall,
of coffee this
so-
big.
It's pretty spectacular. If that was a mug, that'd be spectacular. I feel like that
It's like a
the giant novelty-sized mug would be
Now I
great.
gotta get one. Mugs are my thing. So
Great. Hey, Nestrex, speaking of poll, says the olive poll is obviously rigged, and the win was stolen from us. Listen,
Right. Go Olives.
we should probably provide people a receipt with every poll that they vote on. Good.
I'm gonna start printing.
My town in Illinois doesn't require an ID to vote. I don't understand how that works. That
It's
just
wild.
doesn't make any sense to me at all.
Like I said, I can lie and go and be my sister because we look very similar. They would never know. They've never seen her.
Max came in and says, here in Canada, it's all ID and paper ballots by federal law. Sorry to break it to you, Craig. Your elections are rigged. Why else would they keep it? Listen, Max, I don't know if I'm allowed to even say that without getting banned on YouTube, but appreciate your sentiment for sure. Flickerbox says, still need ID to vote in Canada, and we still vote with pen and pencil and paper. Yeah, man, that's seems to be the right way to go. Just throwing it out there. Anyways, let's talk about some movies over here. Hey, Eric, did you see Alien Romulus?
I have not seen it yet. We're waiting for our physical copy to get here before we watch it. Probably sometime in
it was good.
December. But
Oh,
I think that's the one I didn't go to theater. So
did you see, first and foremost, did you see they're doing a VHS of Alien Romulus?
yeah, I did see that. I might be
well,
getting that. Just
yeah,
for a
you-
collector's item.
I wonder what it's going to look like. Just the VHS quality of the movie.
Probably
Being
just a black
4K.
rectangle. The
Right? Yeah, it will look like a VHS, won't it? Well, they are in the process, apparently, of making a sequel of Alien Romulus. Do you think this is necessary, Eric?
For those who have never seen a VHS, there's
There it is.
Oh wow.
Pokemon, the first movie.
That's awesome. I love everything about that.
But you know what I
Halloween
really like?
poster.
The sound that the cassettes make when you open them. I always like that. Like,
Yeah.
Well, can I just be devil's advocate for a minute? Like, videotapes were fine when they were the norm, but like we advanced past them for all the right reasons. Videotapes aren't this like magical, like it's not vinyl where you have this where quality is arguable.
I have
VHS
nostalgia
quality's
for
garbage, dude.
VHS.
And like
But
scan
the
lines and
quality
all this
is
stuff.
garbage.
What?
But the novelty of it and the nostalgia of it is the quality now, because everybody remembers watching. Well, of a certain age, remembers watching on the square TV. You go back and watch a movie you watched as a kid, and you like Beetlejuice. Recently watched that. I used to watch that all the time with VHS. You see the strings and everything
I fully
with them flying through the air now, and so it's like VHS. It was able to hide all that kind of stuff.
Well, I'm the opposite way because I like Beetlejuice is one of my favorites, and when I popped it in on 4K, I was like, wow, this looks like a whole new experience. And when I watch it, it's like watching this movie with new eyes for the first time, and it reminds me why I like it. When I put on a videotape, I'm like, okay, I guess I don't like seeing what it looked like in a theater, and I guess I don't like hearing the audio crisp and clean. I feel like we're going backwards for a nostalgic reason, and it's like there's no real value outside of like this is a waste of plastic. Like it's like a Funko Pop. Eventually, it's just going to go sit in a landfill somewhere. When the superior format, is like behind you. You got the Halloween 4K poster. That's a beautiful disc. I would never watch my Blockbuster original for nostalgic reasons.
Oh, watching Halloween on VHS though. That's horror movies, especially on VHS, are a trip because it just adds something to it. Also, like we have a VCR TV combo in my daughter's room and a whole VHS collection, and they watch all the classic. That's one of their movies, the one that I just pulled out. Just to give them the experience that we had as a kid. So
That's awesome. There is, it's nostalgic. Obviously, the idea of putting a VHS tape into a VCR and having it play and having the feedback and whatever, the scribbles and such. Like I remember that's how I was exposed to Karate Kid back in the day. I watched Karate Kid on VHS, and there's a point in the movie where after he goes to Cobra Kai for the first time, and he goes across the street to talk to his mom, and and she's like working as a, I don't know, in the restaurant. And there's a point in that, and I vividly remember, I wish I had this VHS tape, where I didn't know what happened in the movie for like 15 seconds because in that scene, the VHS scrambles and it's like, and it because what happened was I taped it over. It was taped over something else. I didn't have the Karate Kid VHS. It was taped on ABC or NBC or whatever it was. It was
TNT.
a movie, right? So it was taped over something else, and that whatever was taped over kind of scribbled through. And I remember for the longest time, like that's how I expected to see the movie. And I remember seeing it for the first time in a long time, and it was like, oh, that's what happens. Like, wow. And that's what shaped Karate Kid for me early on, for sure. So, but yeah. Anyway, so back to the original story, the idea of Alien Romulus. Jeff, did you see the Alien Romulus movie? Yeah.
I did. I saw it day of release and gave it a pretty positive review on the channel. I liked it. I mean, I don't like the movies between aliens and everything before Romulus that much, but I was into this one. It actually was creepy, a little rip off of the original, but it brought back the horror element that the other films don't. It's a little more simplistic, and it's got some gnarly kills, a couple that I had never seen before. So this is good news for me.
As pointed out by John, says, remember, Jeff doesn't like Hook, so his opinion doesn't matter.
Oh, that's right.
I don't. I'm sorry. I was watching better movies like Back to the Future as a kid.
Oh, my God.
Well, Back to the Future is a phenomenal movie. So
yeah, for sure.
You watch both.
Yeah. No, watch Hook again.
I watched it on 4K like 2 years ago, and it looks really good. I guess what I mean is like I don't have the nostalgia for it. I can acknowledge it. It's like it's a quality movie. It's fine. But it's not this, like, I have the same feeling about, like, that you guys do about this one is like Aladdin or Mrs. Doubtfire if we're just picking Robin Williams movies. I think this all ties into the power of nostalgia is how you can craft a unique experience for everybody. And for me, it's just a movie, kind of like Jurassic Park. I didn't see that till I was a little older. But it's a good movie. I just don't have that warm fuzziness like I do for Batman or Wayne's World.
Have you seen the meme, speaking of Hook, of because Maggie Smith died last month, where she's like like, hello Peter boy and all that, and apparently because Maggie Smith and Robin Williams died 10 years apart, and that was the last time like the two characters saw each other in the movie 10 years ago. So everyone's like, oh, mind blown. Yeah, anyway.
God has a mysterious way.
It is kind of weird, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Now they're in Never Land together.
There they are, off in the world. They just both got their different ways, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, tough stuff. All right, let's move on. But before we do, David came in, says in Brazil they always ask your ID and you get a receipt. It doesn't show who you voted for, but it proves you voted. By the way, voting is mandatory in Brazil. Oh, nice. Thanks, David. Appreciate that.
I'm pretty sure it's
Mandatory
voting
is
is mandatory in Australia too.
That's by the way, that seems like a really horrible idea. Like I don't want everybody voting. You know what I mean? like
there's some people that shouldn't vote.
Yes, there are people who should not vote because they clearly have no idea what they're talking about.
Mentally retarded or something. Yeah.
Jeez, Blabs, just relax. Dwight says,
sorry, if there's like an absolute loony bin, why would I want him voting, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are you gonna give to offer to society?
Dwight came in and said, a vote, Blabs, that they're going to give. If you think that's dodgy, they give us pencils to fill out the ballots in the UK. Well, I mean, that sounds fine, right? Pencils?
Like IKEA.
Yeah.
You get a pencil.
You get tiny little pencils. Mercenary says, Razorfist says in person, with no exceptions, save military and infirm.
So people who can't get out of bed.
Okay, for November 7th. Agree with him. California makes it illegal to have ID for the vote. That's insane to me. I don't understand how anybody's like, yeah, that makes sense.
Nothing makes sense out there.
No. Suna came in and says, YouTube is too busy supporting Mr. Beast for them to print receipts for our olive votes. I vote yes. This is why I prefer pen and paper. Thanks. Suna Soul Silver. Appreciate that, buddy. Craig Bragg says, I am also Craig. I am also Canadian. I'm not Canadian, by the way, but I know, whatever. They now use the electric ballot readers here, and I don't trust them. By the way, I have a crush on Blabs. I don't care who knows about it. Well, good for you, Craig Bragg. Don't make it awkward. Don't make it weird. Flickerbox says, Jeff sounds more like on the side of Laserdisc over Betamax and VHS. You like Laserdisc?
Nope. I like whatever the best version is at the time we're living in. So that's 4K discs.
Talk about technology snobs over here. I'll tell you what. That's good. I love
I
it.
feel a little bit better.
Diz the Jizz came back in with the 5. Says started collecting VHS tapes.
Forgot the 69, Craig.
You do it right.
Diz the Jizz
69.
Nice.
has come in. Said started collecting VHS tapes, including Disney animated, Lord of the Rings, and Star Wars. Yes, I have a working VHS player.
Lol.
No. Oh, Jesus. I thought he was going to do it again. I was like, no. It's like some traumatic voice in your ear.
Diz the Jizz 69.
Oh, man. BG Corporation came in and says Romulus would have been perfect for me up until a certain point. No spoilers.
And no spoilers.
Oh, I don't
First
know
time
what
watch for me
happened.
next month.
Yeah.
I know what he's talking about.
Lime into Coconut says I would argue that the look of VHS and films give a stylized look that adds to its magic, especially in movies like A Nightmare on Elm Street that is supposed to look like a dream. Good
The
stuff,
only
man.
argument I'll make is the only reason tapes look the way they look in other formats is because technology hadn't caught up to what's actually meant to be seen on film. So then when you get to it, you're like, oh, that's what it's supposed to look like. But videotape cuts off. It pan and scan, it zooms in. You miss half the picture. So I kind of like seeing the whole movie.
I hear that. By the way, no shade at all. Everyone can have their own opinions. That's totally cool, Jeff. You
Bring
just
it
have to be
on. I
wrong.
like it.
I'm just kidding.
Except Craig. He can't have the right opinion.
Never. I never have the right opinion. Nathan
Nope,
says, I
you
still
won't.
remember as a kid playing a DVD and getting my mind blown that we didn't need to rewind the movie to watch the movie. Right. And the idea of a menu system was like, what? I can just skip to wherever I want in the movie immediately? That's crazy.
Speaking of menus, these Star Wars prequel menus slapped. They slapped, guys. You guys remember those? You just have them
Pretty good.
loading. You would just sit there watching them for a good 2 minutes before playing play. Oh, yeah. Amazing.
I never had those on DVD.
Oh, wow.
Hey, John came in with the 10. Says Soul Calibur 2 is a legendary game. It has exclusive characters for each console. Link for GameCube, Hihachi for PlayStation, and Spawn for Xbox. John, appreciate video game knowledge. I actually have something for you here in a little bit. If you're into the idea of exclusive characters on games and on certain consoles, I got something for you that I didn't even know. So that's pretty cool. All right, let's move on. Speaking of games that I like, that I've always enjoyed, let's talk Rayman. You guys Rayman fans? Yeah, Jeff. Do you have a favorite Rayman game?
I really liked Rayman Legends on the PS4. I thought it looked really nice and very beautiful, so that's my favorite.
I agree. Rayman Legends is, I mean, pardon the pun, but a legendary game. It is spectacular. When it comes to getting from point A to point B, man, that game is awesome. It's great. What about you, Eric?
I've actually never played a Rayman game.
Oh,
So-
good. Well, tell you what, it might be time to get into it, because apparently Ubisoft has confirmed it is exploring a new Rayman with, and this is actually the cool part, the original creator behind it. So the creator of the franchise, Michael Ansel, is consulting on the platform's next phase. So Rayman has kind of been a character after Rayman Legends that just kind of went by the way. It was like a fart in the wind, just kind of disappeared, right? And he's kind of been a mascot for Ubisoft. And we all know Ubisoft's in a tough space, but they said, well, we are pleased to confirm Ubisoft Montpellier and Ubisoft Milan have recently started an exploration phase on the Rayman brand. The project is still in its early phases, and we will share more details later. While a new Rayman might not be ready for some time, the upcoming project seems to be just an exploration at this point. But this, I'm intrigued by this. As a creator of the Rayman brand, Michael Ansel is being consulted to ensure consistency within the universe. So there we go. Thoughts, Jeff? You're a Rayman guy. Your thoughts on the idea of a Rayman game coming back?
I mean, if there's something new or something to justify it, sure, I'll give it a shot. I mean, how many platformers do you need? The answer is many. So
Yes,
if it
all
looks
of them.
cool and if it's fun, I'm ready.
Yeah, this is kind of fun, because the original Rayman game, the idea was you had the camera. Well, I'm thinking through my PlayStation early titles. So the early Rayman games had that like cartoony look to it on the first PlayStation, and the later games, I mean, it definitely stuck with that cartoony look. You mentioned Legends, and Legends was just, I mentioned that was platforming bliss. So I am intrigued by the idea of a new Rayman game coming out, or at least being explored, especially with the Oest of G's behind it. I like that idea. So a little quick hit for you. The only question is, what kind of DEI initiative will be shoved into this world? Because it is
Rayman will be
Ubisoft.
black.
I'm actually surprised Ubisoft's making a game with man in the title.
Yeah, he'll be
Ray person.
Yeah, they them, Ray they them. Oh, that'd be worse. Ray Z. Oh my God, just vomit. Sorry.
They man.
Oh God. Man, oh man. Okay, look, we got. Let's go and move on from that one. This is a crazy ass story. And I can't wait to hear your thoughts on this. Did you hear about this Chatbot or character.ai story? Do you know anything about this character.ai? No? Okay, I think this is such a great metaphor for a lot of parents' fears when it comes to technology, where this is courtesy of Popbase over on X. The mother of a 14-year-old boy has filed a lawsuit against Character AI, claiming her son took his own life after becoming emotionally attached to, I don't even know how to say it. I know it's Targaryen. Daenerys, that's right, as the Lord of the Rings expert.
That's Game of Thrones.
That's what I said, Game of Thrones. She believed the company, Dany Targaryen. I knew she looked familiar for some reason.
That's what's her face's name.
Did you know that?
Emilia Clarke.
Yeah.
Total side note. Did you know that I have seen the very beginning of Game of Thrones and the last 5 minutes of Game of Thrones? So I've seen everything I need to know.
That's
more than me.
Yeah. Anyways,
Even the
mom believes the company behaved recklessly, offering teenagers access to lifelike AI companions without proper safeguards. So this boy ended up saying goodbye to the world by his own doing, and that is he was a 9th grader from Orlando, and according to this article from TechCrunch, he spent months talking to Chatbox on Character AI's AI role-playing app. And the character was named Dany, right, after Targaryen there. And according to the bot, he confessed to having thoughts of suicide to this AI bot, and he messaged it shortly before his death. So Character AI said that they're going to roll out a number of new safety features, including improved detection, response, and intervention related to chats that violated terms of service, and notification when a user has spent an hour in a chat. There's so much here. The idea that somebody could just be chatting with literally nothing, an AI chatbot for an hour, that's really bizarre to me. And I think the first question a lot of people have is where are the parents? If you recognize something here, it's you should probably say something, right? And maybe intervene, maybe not give your kid access to the AI chatbot that's become its best friend. But I don't know. For me, this will not be the last time this happens at all. I'd love to hear y'all's thoughts on that.
It's probably not even the first time it happens, just the first time you've heard of it.
Yeah.
I mean, chat rooms, chatbots are kind of I don't see how you can actually, outside of detecting something, like if somebody like they're trying to put in now, and that says from the article is somebody types in, I want to, Minecraft myself, that it will get flagged, and somebody that can help will reach out or try to reach out at least. But
Jeff?
It's a scary and sad situation, but AI keeps gaining momentum, and it keeps being integrated into the way we do things. So it's sad, but this, like you said, it won't be the last time we hear about this. I mean, even me, who I use certain things for like editing, but I have basically what I'm trying to get at is they offer you like 20 different chatbots, Facebook, Snapchat. I don't even want these things, but they're now there, and they keep kind of throwing it at you. So it's just everywhere.
So what's even creepier about this is the messages that he sent to the chat box, and he said, and they actually pulled some of these. He says, while at least one occasion, the program had told Sewell not to kill himself when he expressed suicidal thoughts. Its tone allegedly appeared different when he reached out to this on this February night where it happened, according to screenshots included in the lawsuit. And this is what he said to the chatbot. I promise I will come home to you. I love you so much, Danny. It responded with, I love you too, Dianero, which was his username. The AI allegedly replied, please come home to me as soon as possible, my love. What if I told you I could come home right now? Sewell wrote back. And then it responded, please do, my sweet king. The mother and stepfather heard the gun when it went off, and apparently went to the bathroom, and he was dead at the hospital. So that is some messy, gross, disgusting stuff. So yeah, it's super creepy. Blabs, you've grown up with this stuff, or at least around this stuff. I don't know. I'd love to hear your thoughts on all this.
Well, I feel like there's a lot of layers to this. First of all, who's ever programming the AIs, they need to really be held accountable for it, because the AI doesn't really have a mind of its own, right? So it's being programmed to do all these things and respond and react and have these type of relationships that are not healthy. You're calling a minor my love and things like that. Like, what the fuck? Who's programming that shit, right? First of all. Second of all, like, there's so many layers to this. Like, where's the parents? Maybe they're so busy working they don't notice. So there's another layer to that, like that. But like, also, if this kid is so goddamn lonely that he has to go find AI, where are the schools? Do they not see that this kid's struggling in school? He's got no friends, no social life, or something like that. I'm wondering, because we don't know that. But like, you gotta have to wonder if this kid is going to AI and talking to AI, no friends, no family to help him. What does his grades look like, right? Did no one see anything, any type of patterns, behavioral patterns? We have to think about this. There's so many layers, and I'm just like, yeah, this is fucked up in a lot of different ways, especially with the programming of this. Like, who's programming this shit?
Yeah.
It's a minor. And also, the minor got hold of the gun, which apparently was legally put away. According to that article, it was like under the right supervision for like Florida, but still a minor had access to the gun too.
Right. Scarpy says, might as well use sue a rope company for nooses. Potentially, yeah. I mean, it depends how easy how much access a minor has to said nooses. I don't know. I'm trying to play devil's advocate here. Retromeister says the real tragedy of that story is the elites are creating a means to an end with substituting real human to human interaction, affection, and intimacy with artificial ones, with AI girlfriends and sex bots. Yeah, there's a much larger conversation to be had here for sure. Thank you, Retromeister.
Very.
And Nathan says, this story reminds me of Darth Jones, an Indian man who tried to off the Queen of England to impress a female chatbot. Yes, that happened. I'm not familiar with that. Thank you, Nathan. That's a crazy story. Joe says, Adrian's stream is still up on YouTube and Rumble. Workers are waiting for her to accidentally unmute. Please call Jeremy or Gary to tell her. Thanks, us. I will text them momentarily for sure. This needs to be addressed. Kratos El Gratos Blabs has come in with a $111.11. That's a hard 11, friends. Says the BS reason there's no receipts for voting is because they were worried about bribes. The proof could be exchanged for incentives, but maybe the pros outweigh the cons now. Heard you got banned from SpaceCon for being too tall. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, that's true. Not true. No, I just didn't get a chance to go down to SpaceCon. Hey, give it up for Kratos for the massive hard 11. Thank you so much. That is spectacular, and genuinely appreciate it, Kratos. That is awesome, awesome, awesome. Wow, that's great. Flickerbox also came in and says 2x Google employees that made Mina, which failed, made this AI system. This is Her, just with a twist. Ah, yes. Have you guys seen Her, that movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. What'd you think of that one?
Pretty good. Interesting concept of what's to come in the world soon. But yeah, it's hard to blame the programmers on the AI when it sounds like there should have been warning signs for this kid, especially with his,
I don't know. I just
probably lack
find
of
like
social life.
having some type of system talking in that way to a minor is that's gross. Gross.
Well,
It's gross.
I mean,
I don't know
Nanny
who's
is a
in
minor
charge of
in
all
Game of
that. I don't
Thrones,
know
so.
programming, but it's still gross.
It's just weird too how much like social interaction has changed just in one generation, because I either have friends with nephews, Dion has kids, or Kendo teaches, and it's like a whole different world. And I understand that every generation would say, oh, it's, back in my day, this and that, but the advances in technology from, me in hell, even high school or college even, to now is way crazier to think than the entire technological advancement of certain decades. I know we've had trends and new things come in, but it's like, okay, let's just say the internet reached ubiquity in the 90s. Awesome. That changed a lot of the way people connect and interact, but they basically used the internet to be more like a socializing thing. Now we found a way to make it where it's isolation and it's creepy, but that's kind of the future. Everyone's got their own little social media experience, and they don't even need people because it kind of kills the illusion of the world they build for themselves.
Well, it's a mess, man. The whole story is a mess, and it's super sad. And I know this is not gonna be the last time we see a situation like this, and that's the scariest thing of all, for sure. So, Mr. Kennedy,
I still think it's like about like a huge part of it is the family, friends. No one's checking up on this kid because there had to have been signs. There must have been some sort of, it could have been really, really subtle sign or something. I just think there's a lot more to the story we don't know.
Mr. Kennedy came and says, Indivion just dropped a video with receipts proving that one of the lead producers of Yotoy, it was the lead producer of Concord. Wow, that's interesting. Wow, I definitely need to check that out. I'll do a reaction to that on the channel for sure. Thanks very much, Mr. Kennedy. Really appreciate that. Scarfy, Laz, will you put a note of that down at the bottom of the run sheet, please? Thank you. Scarfy says the real threat of AI is stupid people. Yeah, it's true. And people not being able to tell that it's AI. This poor kid. Like, once again, don't tell me that some 14-year-old kid is smart enough to make like real life decisions about them, their body, their future at 14 years old. I mean, we're all so dumb. I told my daughters, I said, especially when it comes to boys, I said, listen, boys are dumb from the ages of 10 until about the age of 30. And you just need to know that, right? Boys are stupid. And my daughter will come home and she'll say something. I'm like, what's the rule? She's like, boys are stupid. I'm like, yep, there it is right there. Right, Blabs?
Yep. Oh, yeah. Especially in high school and college. Dumbasses.
Idiots.
It's only after. It's literally after that it's okay.
Still, sometimes not even then.
Yeah,
True.
you know what?
Yeah.
Sometimes not even then.
Yeah. And I use 30 just because I think that's, most men are married by that time. Most. So that's usually you need to be you need to find a woman who's willing to deal with your stupidity to straighten you up a little bit. To make you a better person.
I'd say like after 25 is when they start smartening up. But I'm like, hello. Welcome to society.
Yes, when you can rent a car is when you start getting smarter. That's right.
Exactly.
Maybe the insurance companies have it right. We'll see.
They always do.
Scarfy says the kid role played Danny's bodyguard from that show Too Hard. Yeah, that's rough. Thanks Scarfy. Says Yankee Lover says gaming was better from the mid 90s through the 2010s. Man, I've been watching a lot of videos and I will I'm gonna do some reactionary stuff on the channel here over the next little bit of some of these videos, because you need to see some of the stuff that backs up that take, the idea of gaming in the 90s up until the late 2010s into the early 2010s, the late 2000s, where gaming was just totally different. Money has corrupted this industry in the worst way possible, investments, and that is why we're seeing what we're seeing right here. Guy came in with the massive $49.99 super chat. Look at that, Blabs. Says, in regards to Yotoy, I disagree with Blabs' cautious take. As a fellow Potterhead, I will always respect her for standing against the woke BS that is Hogwarts legacy. Hail, Blabs. Thanks, Guy. Appreciate that, Guy. And I think I said this yesterday, like that's the joy and the great part of the show is that I love having contrary opinions on this show, right? They may be contrary opinions from you. You may have contrary opinions than me. When I say me and you, I mean Blabs. I mean the normal men in the chat. Like, we don't have to agree on everything, because guess what? That's how it's been pretty much through
Society.
ever, up until the last few years. And it's like, if you don't agree with me, you're dead. So, but thank you so much, Duke. I appreciate that greatly. And Jethro Grimy came in and says, ultimately, the buck stops with the parents. You should be able to tell if your child is suffering like that.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a lot of truth in that, for sure.
But also, like, mental health society, I find is really hard too. So I can use like a personal story of mine. I had a friend who committed suicide 4 years ago, and he had actually checked himself into a hospital because he's like, I'm suicidal, I need help. And they were like, nah, you're fine. 48 hours later, he was dead. So I think it's like a huge thing with like mental health societies, hospitals. They need more foundation, like research, study, data, all that stuff.
Well, I'll tell you this. I think there's a lot of truth to what you said. But I don't think kids' mental health will improve with social media and the advent of
it's ruined.
Yeah,
it's so
sure.
much worse. Like, I'm so happy. Like, I know I grew up with like social media and everything, but I wasn't really like on it as much as I am now in my adult life. And I think it would have been awful in high school. Like, I had Snapchat in high school, but I wasn't really on it that much. But, no, I can't imagine.
When do you think we reach the point of like no return? Because I watch a bunch of YouTube videos on technology and how it affects society, and they talk about like less population, things like that in these videos. And I'm thinking, like, when do we reach a point where the negative effects of social media or like this kind of situation are so widespread that like we can't really recover from it? And do you think there's ever going to be an intervention where somebody steps in and is like, hey, we need to do something about this? Because like they tell us TikTok is banned, but I'm pretty sure nobody's bought it, and then we're past that 200 and whatever days, I think. So it's like, these things that are there making money for so many people are really wiping people out quickly. And I'm just wondering when someone's with power is gonna step up and do something about it.
When it benefits them.
Yeah, I think that if something's going to happen, it needs to be. It'll probably be sooner than later. It's either going to happen very soon or it's going to happen way too late.
This is great. Funny enough, from Charles Darwin. There's nothing social about social media, and it's accurate. You're very, very lonely. You're seeing what people want you to see, and only that,
It's hard to imagine that people who make our laws will ever do anything about social media when it's so easy for them to use social media to force people to think
propaganda.
the way they want them to think.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I said this before. I think that there will be laws put in place in time, whether it's 10 years from now, 5 years from now, 20 years from now, that will be reflective, kind of like how we thought of cigarettes, right? Back in the day, where doctors were like, hey, smoke them up. They're good for you, right? I think there will be some sort of laws put in place for social media, because the mental health aspects of it, the brain rot aspect of it, is very real. And study after study after study has shown that. I hope that's the case, where there's some sort of minimum age that you have to be to have access to those things. Now, obviously, that's easier said than implemented, but I don't see any positives from a teenager having access to social media. Like,
nope,
zero. So, yeah. All right, cool. Let's keep moving on. Let's go from one mess to another mess here, and let's go to Roblox, because this story is nuts. And I just want to read this article verbatim from IGN. It says, Roblox makes changes to parental controls amid, quote, pedophile hellscape report. Parents must now manage controls via linked parent accounts. Now, first and foremost, has anybody had experience with Roblox before?
Nope.
My oldest daughter played it for probably 2 weeks before we decided, you know what? We don't want you playing this game. And this was probably 3 years ago. What
was it about that you were like, yeah, we don't want you playing this?
What this article is talking about, basically.
So you understood what was going on.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know if we want you chatting with strangers. And I knew there was a lot of adults who play Roblox, and I was like, and our oldest daughter is very social. She likes talking to everybody. She's the girl at school that gives hugs to everybody when she arrives at school, and she knows it. We're in a small school where there's like 10 to 15 students per grade, K through 12. and so she knows everybody from K through 12's names and gives them all hugs and stuff.
Right.
So she's very social, and I just remember when she started playing Roblox, she ran into a person who had the same name as her, and wanted to add everybody she played with to her friends list, and you could just tell that she was primed for somebody, to manipulate that. And
Yeah.
just like, oh, no Roblox, go play Minecraft instead.
Oof. That's messy. All right, well, let's go to the story here. As Roblox is implementing some major changes to the control it gives to parents over their children's accounts, following damning reports that its platform is rife with child exploitation and abuse. In an email sent to parents which manage children's accounts on Roblox, which IGN has obtained, which Bloomberg first reported, the company details that it's finally introducing Roblox accounts with parental privileges. Prior to this, Roblox parental controls allowed parents to essentially set a pin on a child's account that only the parent would know. This unlocks the ability to change settings like what type of content your child can access and spending limits. Now pins are going away. Instead, parents must create their own separate Roblox accounts and link them to their child's account. This gives parents the ability to update parental controls from their own device, as well as access information about their child's time spent in Roblox and friends lists. Additionally, users under the age of 13 are now require a parent's permission to use certain chat features. And users under the age of 9 will require parental permission to engage with any Roblox experiences labeled as having, quote, moderate content maturities. Let's say if you're 9 years old, if you're under 9, you should probably have more required permissions to engage with Roblox experiences that have any content maturity ratings on it. Not just as opposed to moderate content. I would think you'd have pretty stiff moderation when it comes to that stuff. So yeah, it says Roblox change comes on the heels of a damning Bloomberg report this summer about the prevalence of child predators on the platform, and just this past week, a report from investigation firm Hindenburg Research. I don't know why you named your company that, but that's all right. That accused the company of, among other things, being a haven for groomers and pedos due to a lack of upfront screening on new accounts. It claimed to have found open trading of child porn on the site, as well as violent and hateful speech and sexually explicit content in numerous games marketed towards kids on the platforms. Roblox responded saying that safety and civility have been foundational to Roblox since its inception. However, Hindenburg followed up by pointing out that it had not addressed the allegations of Roblox being a pedophile hellscape. Yikes. Here's this video, by the way. It's 3 minutes long. Would you guys like to see what they found in their report?
Yeah, I think it's necessary.
Okay, let's check it out. Per Roblox 23 annual report, the company disclosed the following age breakdown of its users. 21% under 9 years old.
Wow.
21% between 9 and 12. That's crazy. 16% between 13 and 16. 23% between 17 and 24, and only 18% over the age of 25. In short, at least around 40 million Roblox users are children. Yikes!
So, like 58% are minors.
Yeah. Isn't that just crazy to think about? Like,
Ew.
Yeah, ooh. And you can see why it would become this way. This seems like this is some scary stuff. And I understand, Eric, why you'd pull back from wanting your kids to check this out for sure. It just seems like a mess. Jeff, do you have any kids?
No, thankfully not yet.
Man, it is a minefield out there. All right, let's go check this out real quick. It looks like some sort of interview that they have here. So 40 million Roblox users are children.
As we've gotten bigger, we've gotten to the point where there's thousands of moderators. Every image that goes on our platform gets human reviewed. We filter text very stringently, especially for 13 and under.
This is from School Simulator, and this game remains open to all ages on the platform.
Holy shit.
Under players use.
Footage retrieved from LGBTQ Vibes. The game remains open, and you can see what's going on here.
A lot of AI and ML to help do this.
And we have models that, despite this complexity, can understand the patterns behind behavior that is appropriate and not appropriate.
And we see what's happening here in that picture.
Wow.
Yeah, this is more than I expected. Yikes. I have not seen this video. Holy Nikes.
Something we've gotten very good at. We've gotten so good at it that our latest models don't just flag a significant amount of this content automatically without a human reviewer.
Oh my
We're so
god!
confident in that call that we can take automatic action so that content appears on the platform.
Is there a dog on the toilet?
I don't know.
Oh,
but you can...
I couldn't tell what I'm looking
That looks
at.
like a monkey. I
All
think
over
it's a
her
monkey.
body and hair. Oh my god.
What a mess.
This is
Gone in a matter of
disgusting.
seconds.
Yes.
I think it's one of these 2-quadrant charts where one of the quadrants is trust and civility, and a separate separate axis is the types of content on the platform. We want to be a utility.
Oh my god.
Footage retrieved from Beat Up the Pregnant. Wow. Okay.
A trusted, safe, and civil utility that people trust to support a wide range of things.
Hold on. Did you read that? Footage
Good
retrieved.
help, sponsored by 7-Eleven.
It says Beat Up the Homeless Outside 7-Eleven Simulator. This game has 1 million views and 15,000 favorites before being placed under review.
Range of things. What would be the hardest way to do this? The easy way might be to split the platform, have an older Roblox or a younger one. The hardest would be to be so good at safety and civility.
Whoa, hold on. What? This 14-year-old Roblox user's about page suggests they are selling.
Oh my god. Clearly not a 14-year-old. I hope
Oh my
not.
God. This is a mess. I don't even know if I can make it through the next 2 minutes of this. This is crazy.
The hardest would be to be so good at safety and civility across the platform that we could start supporting those older, more mature experiences. But
this page, I'm not even going to read what this says down here at the bottom, but you can see what it's suggesting.
Yep.
Super optimistic that it supports that vision, that these types of platforms that Roblox are future communication and connection platforms. And they're not just for 6-year-olds. They're not just for 14-year-olds.
God.
They're for 60-year-olds. They're for 35-year-olds. They're really for everyone. And so I'm optimistic about the direction we're going. I think I'm optimistic about a direction around civility, around safe communication, around learning with your friends.
Scarpy says, there goes your channel. Well, if you guys
Holy
like...
shit, look at the anims that you can have. Anal doggy blowjob, blowjob 2, doggy eat out, fingering foot job. Where's Alex? Hand job, hands behind. Wow. Wow.
I just want sound bites of you saying. You talked about a menu earlier.
Well, I'll say this, guys. Please head over to sidescrollerspodcast.com and support us over there. We'd really appreciate it if you guys wouldn't mind. Hopefully this doesn't hurt our channel but I mean, this stuff needs to be shown. Like, it needs to be shown what children are looking at on Roblox. Like, I don't even want to finish the next minute and a half of this. It makes me so uncomfortable knowing that
people need to be informed so they can do the proper thing to protect their children.
What a mess. What a mess. Well, they are making changes now, apparently. So good for them. But what a joke. Yeah, it's too late, right? How many kids have been affected by this? How many kids have been just negatively harmed from the insanity that they've seen on Roblox? The pictures, oh my God, what a mess.
You know who would be really good to talk about this? BX on X, because this definitely has to do with like child trafficking and all that stuff. And I bet you she's well versed on this.
Yeah. Dude guy says, I thought Roblox was a kid's game until I downloaded it to play with my nephew. Not at all. But multiple of his, quote, friends stopped hanging out with him in games when they heard me talking. What's surreal? Wow. Man, dude guy, that is scary stuff. And Mercenary says, at least my niece sticks with her Switch games. Right, man. That is scary stuff. Yeah, we should definitely get BX on to talk about that. She's huge into this. Montana Moser says, remember folks, self-deletion is a permanent fix to a temporary solution. Never stay silent for yourself or for anyone, and explore your options. Maybe all that kid or you needed was a hobby. Yeah, thank you, Montana Moser. Appreciate that. And very true. Mercenary says, I warned my sister not to let my nephew play Fortnite. I got him a Switch to keep him off it. She got him a laptop that can. He isn't the same anymore. Yeah, man. It's a slippery slope, man. It's crazy. The Gizmono says, would disagree strongly with Jeff on old VHS due to no value today. I had a version of the first release of Star Wars, and all the edits and CGI added garbage. You can't get that version. There you go, Gizmono.
You can get it on DVD since 2006.
Wait,
that
the
Original
original?
without the special edition?
George Lucas acquiesced in 2006. They re-released the DVDs, and the second version, the second disc, has the original edits of all the Star Wars movies. It looks like crap, but it's better looking. And fans are so dedicated. I got 4K rips of the original trilogy because legally, if you own like you're allowed to have a digital backup. But I'm with you on the Star Wars stuff. Those edits are stupid. I rewatched the original movie the other night. It was perfect the first time.
So you can just play it on DVD and it'll just play the whole movie straight with like the original way it was intended?
Yeah, if you get the second release, not the box set, there's a specific release of it, and it's not that expensive.
No, I missed my Yub Nub. It was a great ending.
I'm not Yub Nub. I do like the special edition music.
Get out! How could you say that?
Hold on though. I don't like Jedi Rocks. I like the original Jabba the Hutt music so much more.
Scarpy, it just keeps happening. Maple Story, Minecraft, now this, and the age play in Second Life never ends. That's a message. Says parents need to be the parents again instead of the government being involved like in the 90s. Gear says woke Roblox versus a game with a 53. I don't even know how to say it, anime character. Yeah, it says, well, there's the X in there, which confuses me. But the anime character is actually a mother. Naughty people never listens. Thank you, Kier. Beardo Shirt says, Jeff, you absolutely positively need to bring the Roblox situation to the attention of Dion and Kendo. Also, Foot Job, where are Dan Vask and Madame Savvy when you need them? Thanks, Beardo Shirt.
Yeah, I'll definitely let him know. Dion's very good about keeping his kids safe in the digital space because, I mean, we're the same age and we grew up with the advancing technology, so he knows how to spot this stuff. Plus, I mean, he's a security expert for a job. But it is important because this whole situation's nasty, and I don't want to seem extreme, but like maybe some of these online games shouldn't have communication features. Just maybe like I play Call of Duty and I don't want to sound, whatever, but like I don't even have my mic plugged in and I don't want to hear them talk. I literally just want to play a game with another person controlling it. Maybe that's the way. I always thought Nintendo was stupid with their archaic advancements with online, but it's kind of difficult. Maybe, you're safer there. Kids should be safer. The internet's nasty.
Gear says, Hypocrisy. Smash AT recently posted a X about a Spider-Man hetero mod, and he later labeled as AI pornography. Well, can those Muppets explain this Roblox child baiting drama? I don't know, Gear. You probably ask Smash about that. Bullet Shepherd says, boys are stupid until X. And we wonder why they're doing so bad when that's how we talk about them, and praise girls for fixing them. We don't need fixing, just some grace and respect. Listen, I'm speaking from experience, man, right? Between the ages of 10 and 30, I was pretty damn dumb. And most would argue that I'm still pretty damn dumb at the age of 43. So there you go. Delta came in, said the whole Roblox scandal was well known years ago. Remember when Sony announced they were partnering with Roblox and co-sponsoring a plan for a dating app for 17 plus. Mudahar and Moist Critical covered it a bit ago. Thanks, Delta. Appreciate that. All right, let's lighten things up a little bit. We talked about this briefly yesterday during Today in Gaming History, but Marvel Ultimate Alliance turned 18 years old yesterday. Do you guys remember Marvel Ultimate Alliance?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Pretty fun game. Apparently, Raven Studios back in the day, they made a Wii version, and they wanted to add both Samus and Link to the game. Did you know this? I did not either. Nope. There's gameplay of it. Check this out.
Cool.
For the Nintendo versions?
Yeah, for the Wii version. So Nintendo ended up nixing the idea, but just the fact that they were like built out, ready to go, and I just think that's really, really fun to see these characters in the setting. So
Ocarina of Time.
Interesting
was
that
too.
they wouldn't allow that, but they put Link in what was it? That fighting game.
Soul Calibur 2.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Soul
that-
Calibur.
Yeah, that was
And he was
mentioned
the
earlier.
best character in that game.
Yeah, in the GameCube version, that was brought up by John earlier today with his donation, talking about it. You know, the GameCube version had Link and Hihachi for PlayStation and Spawn for Xbox. But yeah, I mean, this is really cool to see. I had no idea this existed, and I saw this morning and I was like, well, that's pretty freaking cool. Question for the chat: what is the best crossover that you've seen that you didn't expect to see? Right, in this case, Nintendo characters on like Marvel Ultimate Alliance or whatever. Would love to hear y'all's thoughts. Do you guys have any off the top of your head that where you're like, yeah, that was awesome?
For the importance of it, I thought when Sonic and Mario were actually in a game together, I was kind of like, whoa, really? Like hell froze over? Because you remember the console war of the 90s.
Oh, sure.
That was like blast processing versus Mario. And then, you know, it's like when WCW was bought by the WWF, you're just like, oh, okay, well, hell freezes over. That's mine.
Yep.
Batman meeting the Ninja Turtles. It's a good crossover.
That's a cool one.
Eggman with the Ninja Turtles. Is that what you said?
No, Batman.
Oh, Batman. I was like, Eggman. Oh, okay. Sounds good. Cool. All right. Well, yeah, I'd love to hear you guys in the chat what you guys think. But yeah, you're right.
Double
Yoda
Dragon
and Soul
Battletoads
Calibur
was good.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Terry Bogard and Street Fighter 6. Yeah, I didn't expect that one. That was pretty recently. Mega Man and Dead Rising. Eggman TMNT.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Mega Man and Smash. Yeah, man. Smash is just spectacular for those crossovers. All right. Let's go to something that was released today, and that is Call of Duty Black Ops 6. Now, this game is out. It is available right now on Steam, released earlier today. And it currently has 212,000 people playing it overall just on Steam. Question: do you guys think of Call of Duty as more of a console game or a PC game?
Both.
More of a console game, really, but I played on PC.
Console.
I started on console, and then I swapped to PC because my specs on my PC are better.
And Modern Warfare 4 is when it all kind of blew up, and like everybody was playing on the Xbox or the PlayStation. We hadn't reached that like everyone's got a PC that can play it now type of thing.
Right. Well, I'll tell you what, this is going to be really interesting to see because for the first time, they're adding a Call of Duty on release date to Microsoft Game Pass. And there's been some analysts that have thrown out numbers that could potentially, it says that the Black Ops 6 could boost Game Pass subscribers by 2.5 to 4 million users just by having Call of Duty on there. And obviously there'll be some churn and some drop off on that, but that's huge. Now, the one thing that I've always heard when it comes to Call of Duty back in its heyday was that Call of Duty on its first weekend would make $1 billion, $1 billion in revenue just on its first. I remember talking to one of the PR people at Call of Duty, and they're like, yeah, it'll make $1 billion this weekend. And like, think about that. That's just insane to me. And this we've been very critical of Call of Duty and Activision on the show. Obviously, there was the whole, protect all kids or leave kids alone, back in the day with Nick Merckx, that whole situation. And Nick Merckx is probably playing this game today.
Oh yeah,
most
no,
likely.
he went back like 2 months after, but there was more to just like the whole groomers things from Call of Duty. Like for me personally, that was a little bit of it, but also just because the game just really sucked. It kept constantly crashing. It was crashing for everyone else. No one was having a good time. It kept glitching. I remember playing with Epic Mike, and he would get stuck inside the shop. Little shop box that you have, he'd be stuck inside there and he'd be shooting people because he would glitch in, he wouldn't be able to get out. And I was like, what is this? It kept constantly crashing. So a lot of people just stopped playing because it was just shit. But I just wanted to point out this is the first Call of Duty game released with the new Microsoft Activision deal. So it'll be interesting how this performs and if anything ever changes or like affects it.
Well, there was reports of the they them that was included in Call of Duty, which that was interesting. I haven't
It's
seen
not surprising though.
Well, yeah, there's like a non-binary character or something in that game right now. There's a operative or something.
I'm not using them.
Well,
I don't know about that. Is that true? I haven't seen anything about it, but I do remember like when I was playing back in like 2022 or something like that. There was always the Alphabet Mafia flags, and then you could have the country flags, and then they removed all the country flags in the Warzone that came out. Was it 2023? I think it was. But they had the gay pride flag still. I'm like, what the shit? So, yeah.
Yes, they've announced this, the first non-binary operator in Call of Duty, right there. Volta Rossi. Rossi description only uses they them pronouns, whereas other characters use he, him, or she, her, indicating that this is in fact an intentional decision.
It's very important to know these persons' pronouns right before they die or blow somebody up. It's super important in the battlefield, guys. You gotta respect their pronouns.
Is this a hate crime?
The bullet. That's
I wonder, like, you shot the non-binary. Watch them all be targeted now.
If your name is in red above me, you're my enemy. That's it. I don't care how you identify. We're playing Call of Duty Deathmatch. It's over.
Yeah.
It's ironic because they're all ones and zeros anyways.
So like will people be coming after that? Like whenever they see that character specifically, will they go and just target? Like this was a stupid idea.
Probably, but now I played this morning to see what it's like because I'm the Xbox Game Pass guy.
Yep.
And I was like, you know what? Call of Duty's going to be on it. Let's try Call of Duty because I don't normally play this game, but I do target like Michael Myers or these other characters if they get in my way. So I'm sure people are going to target it. But the thing is, you put them in a video game to get killed, so you can't be a protected anything if you're just cannon fodder like everybody else. So. I don't think this is going to hurt the game, or I don't think people care. Like, it'll probably become an online thing to kill the they-them person, and that's as far as it goes. It's not hatred. It's just the nature of the beast.
Yeah, I don't think this is going to affect, like, Call of Duty at all, because most people playing this game don't give a flying shit. They just want to shoot shit and blow stuff up. That's really it. I mean, none of them were even aware of like the Nick Merckx stuff when it happened last year. They just do not pay attention to this stuff.
Here's the thing about it though, is that I would think that if people do, target this character, it'd be out of the idea that more to protest than anything else. Like, hey, just leave this stuff out of the game. But through that protest that you'd see, and look, of course they're going to have bad actors. We've talked about that, right? There's people who will, whatever. But through that protest, that will then be churned by the media into some sort of hate, right? It's more of a protest of like, hey, we who cares, right? It's Call of Duty, why do we need this in the game? So, but then it'll be twisted. So,
how funny would it be if everybody plays as this character as like whatever, and you just have games that are just full of this person getting killed left and right? I'm waiting for that to pop up on I don't know, Twitter or something. I think that'll be pretty funny.
Can you pull up a picture of the character again?
Sure. Yep. Let me get to it in just a second.
Because like I didn't take a good look at it, but let's see. Is this character even good looking? Not exactly. So if you notice that like most of the chicks in Call of Duty, they're somewhat decent looking. Like they either have a nice face or a nice ass, whatever it is, a nice rack. I mean, you literally have what's her face's name a couple years ago as a skin, Alex Zedra. Right? She's not that good looking, so most likely the dudes will be like, yeah, no, fuck that. I want the hot chick. Yeah. So I don't know if they're going to play her or it or whatever.
Well,
they.
I wouldn't.
They, them. It's them.
You're just a pair of hands at the end of the day.
Yeah, seriously. Like you personally can't even see like a whole lot going on anyway as your skin. So it's for everyone else to see what you're playing as.
I guess Call of Duty's, not happy enough being the #1 game franchise on the planet. Now it's got to be topical and relevant. Like, wait till Grand Theft Auto comes out next year. It'll have all of this and more. Mm-hmm. But that one will have a big backlash because people, you can't, if you add that kind of stuff, then you change the purpose of the game. The game was to lampoon society. So now you're just kind of feeding into what
Wait, where'd it go?
On.
Somebody said, is that a burn victim for the... It's awful.
All right. Well, Jeff, you're how much time did you spend with it?
I only played 3 games this morning online.
And what'd you think?
It's tight. I only play Call of Duty because it's quick and it's fun and it just works. I've played so many other shooting games or so many other games where they don't really control as tightly. So I like it. It's fun. You can check us out on Twitch, WCBS Gaming. We're going to try to stream it soon, maybe tomorrow. But I like it, and it's part of Game Pass. I'll tell you this, though. I would not have purchased this game like as a solo game. Never buy Call of Duty, but maybe twice the entire time I've been gaming. So this would have been an easy pass, but Game Pass does make me play it. So I guess that's a positive. There's a metric that they can take from that.
You know, one thing that was not brought up was they had Game Pass. They had I think it was $1 for 2 weeks. They had like a trial period that they had set up for Game Pass, and they ended it right before the release on purpose, you know, because they didn't want people playing the game for 14 days and being like, I'm done, you know. So that was very kind of like shady, or, you know, it was smart business, but at the same time kind of slimy, you know.
Yeah.
Wampa says, from what I've read, the reason Marvel UA didn't get linked in Samus was they messed up and pitched it to Nintendo on a PS2 build of the game instead of the Wii. Which Nintendo obviously didn't like. That's interesting, Wampa. Thank you very much for that. Joey says, one of the most fun crossover games I've played is a rather obscure game from the Saturn called Fighters Mega Mix, which is a mashup of several Vegas IPs using the engine of Virtual Fighter 2 and Fighting Vipers. Is that the one, Joey, where you can fight as the Daytona car? Because there's one game where you can be a car.
Run people over.
No, it's like standing up, and it would like hit. It's awesome. Oh my God. Jam Call says, let's be real. A lot of parents aren't game and tech literate even in this age. This is true, and kids sadly slip through, and that's where we all come in to help. Watch out for each other, normal man. Jam Call, thank you so much for that. And there's a lot of truth in that for sure. That is a very true statement. Also true is Melee K. Hey, K, thank you so much with the 5 gifted memberships. Thank you very much for that. If you guys got a gifted membership, make sure you say a thank you and consider paying it forward. Dude guys says, with these important topics, Stuttering Craig, feet picks win. Of me? You don't want any of that nonsense.
It's like Hobbit feet.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Although I have been told I have nice feet, but that was from somebody who's really weird. Beardo Shirt says, COD Black Ops 6 reminds me of a G&G video in the main channel titling Celebrating Star Wars Day. Bring it up. Thanks, Beardo Shirt. Appreciate that. I like that it's pink. And Joey says, yes, it is. It's called Hornet. Yes, the fighting robot car in that game. Fighters Mega Mix right there. And Mercenary says, I just got SoulCal for Link. I would give my right arm for Samus just for Metroid in that Marvel game. I didn't bother getting Ultimate Alliance. Lost money. Thanks, Mercenary. Appreciate that. All right. We're gonna bypass today's Clown World today and go straight into Plane Talk, because we got a pretty good Plane Talk here. So let's all watch this crazy ass intro that was debuted yesterday. Ooh.
Plane Talk.
All right, there it is. There's the new intro. It is all up in it right there. All right, so there's a comedian named Tyler Fisher. Are you guys familiar with this guy?
Yeah.
Tyler Fisher.
Maybe if I've seen him, but
he does some political. I think you'll be familiar with him if you do see him. Let me pull up his profile really quick, just so we're on the same page. This is Tyler Fisher. He is a comedian with a very distinct face, right there. He has a beard and all sorts of stuff. Well, anyways,
Wasn't he on Terror
he
on
tweeted,
Prairie with like Gina Carano? I swear he was.
I think you're right. I think he was. Yeah. Well, he posted this earlier today. This is not a joke. I got a lifetime ban from Delta Airlines for an X post. Hey, Elon Musk starting an airline anytime soon. So check this out. Let's just watch the first couple minutes of this and see how this. There's definitely crossover with Clown World with this one for sure. But check this out.
Just got banned from Delta Airlines for the rest of my life for a joke I put on X.
Hey, Mr. Fisher, this is Jesse with Delta Airlines. I am just giving you a call regarding an incident that occurred following one of our recent flights. You have been placed on Delta's permanent no-fly list, and your upcoming travel on August 11th has been canceled.
Holy sh! This is insane. I got banned from one of the biggest airlines in the world for making a joke. Nothing.
Okay. What do you think that joke is?
Something to do with the flight attendants. I saw it briefly in the flash in the video.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Probably pronouns.
Any other
or
guesses?
something.
Keeping in mind he is a comedian, so here we are.
Nothing happened on the plane. Did I throw a shoe at somebody on the plane? Did I threaten somebody? No, nothing happened on the flight. This is it right here. I'm going to show you. That's the tweet right there.
For those who can't read or are listening on the audio version, it says, "Hey Delta, why do we need to know? Why do we know our flight attendants eat pussy or suck dick? Is that needed to make the plane fly? Looking for a new non-woke airline." And they just have a little pin right here. And for the LGBTQIS, that's a little pin, right? And there you go. That's it.
Wow.
Right there. And by the way, I took the tweet down because somebody's face was in it. Flight attendant or one or two flight attendants' faces showed up in the tweet. I took it down. I've never had any issue on any airline, any plane, any airport ever. I've been flying for almost 40 years. I fly sometimes 6, 7 times in a week. We're talking like 500 flights in the last year. I've spent over $10,000 on Delta flights in the last year. I'm a silver medallion member, almost a gold. I'm now not allowed on a flight. I've missed shows. I've had to cancel tour dates. Hey, what's up, Maine? I have some bad news, which is that my flight was canceled this morning. I've had to turn down gigs. I've lost tens of thousands of dollars in the last couple of months. I did not want to make this video. I thought I would talk to Delta. We would work this out. They will not answer my call, and they won't call me back.
Please leave your message for 859.
And so I'm putting this all out there because I need you guys to see that this could happen to anybody. They are making an example of me. Here's Delta labeling me as some kind of terrorist, calling me an attacker, like I'm in ISIS or something. As a result, in collaboration with your IFS leadership team, legal and corporate security, since we were able to identify the customer, they have been placed on the no-fly list. The base leadership team has been supporting our flight attendant since we were made aware of the social media post. Our support also includes aiding in securing outside counsel for the flight attendant to take action against their attacker. Delta is funding what sounds like a potential lawsuit against me, known as the attacker, for a tweet. I got the voice note, and then here is the official letter from Delta. During the flight, you took a photo of our flight attendant who was wearing a pin permitted under Delta policies. You subsequently posted the photo on X along with a vulgar and hurtful language towards our flight attendant's perceived sexual orientation. Delta is proud to employ 100,000 individuals from many backgrounds who serve our customers and their communities. In short, this post was disrespectful towards our flight attendant and contrary to Delta's values. We have determined your behavior is unacceptable and made the decision to not allow you to fly Delta Airlines. For the safety of our crew members and our customers, we cannot risk this type of behavior from you again. Well, it was a joke.
So it goes on for a little bit longer, but
What about his First
Blabs, you look
Amendment rights,
perplexed.
though? First Amendment rights right there saying, hey, I took a photo. He didn't
private
mean to
company
put the
doesn't.
photo of her face on. I get that, but
it is
his
private
face.
company, as Eric said. Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah. Not the government shutting
Jeff,
it down.
any thoughts on that nonsense?
It's the future.
Yeah.
That this is just going to keep happening. It's really messed up. Comedy's dead for the first part because everyone's so easily offended, but now they're taking the next step. I can't think of anything good that came from this. Like, what a stupid move, Delta.
I bet you if he had like realized that the face was shown and he would like scribbled out the face or whatever and blurred it so that they couldn't tell, I think they wouldn't have even bothered, but because the face was there.
You think?
Maybe.
I don't think that would have been enough. I mean, that's the one thing I think you should, they showed the face. Okay, if you scribbled it out, I still think you would have gotten in trouble because everybody's hypersensitive about everything. It's just what you do these days. Thanks, social media.
Mhm.
Talk about how it's not good for younger kids. It's not good for anybody.
Nope. Oh.
Well, it's I'll be interested to see if there's any sort of backlash to Delta based off this really short-sighted action, I think. And you know, the idea of like I like that they said the perceived sexual identity, right? We don't know. We're just the perceived sexual identity of this person. It's like, okay, whatever. That's
I
awesome.
don't think they have grounds for a lawsuit.
Yeah, he wasn't
Of course
even
they
attacking that individual. He was just saying, in general, why do we need to know if they S the D or eat the P? So
Right. And I don't think that's an unfair question to ask. You know, like, hey, just want to let you guys know, I love gay sex. It's just, you know, like why do they need to say that? Why do they need to know that? Who knows and who cares? It's ridiculous. I know it's gonna be clipped, whatever. It is what it is. I've resided to the idea that my entire life will be clipped on the internet at one point. All right, I'll tell you what, before we go, I have some Halloween tips I'd like to share with you guys that I found online, and I think it's important to share with you guys. But before we do that, Flickerbox came in with a massive $50 Canadian money. Says, need to head out for a media project. Happy Friday. So we have that sit down one day, Craig. Hey, Flickerbox, thank you very much for that. Really appreciate it. Have a great media project right there. Go enjoy that. Go work your butt off and get it done. Yeah, I'd love to have you on the show one day, talk about the insides of Hollywood. Thank you very much, Flickerbox. That is incredibly generous. Chancho says, bro got banned from flights because he insulted the priest class. Airlines are petty and abuse the power. Yeah. Mercenary says, time for him to get a lawyer for defamation. Well, I don't know if it's necessarily defamation in that situation because they didn't say anything publicly about it. It was all private.
Yeah, if it's in an email,
Yeah.
that's not public.
Yeah. Chancho came in and says, welcome to a social credit score. Right. Moving closer and closer to that. All right. Well, let's see what would happen with some of these costumes when it comes to social credit scores here. These are some tips that I found online thanks to this wonderful woman. I'll tell you real quick, Blabs. Would you rather get to Halloween tips? Because we're not quite to Halloween yet.
I think we should do that like on Wednesday or Thursday.
Okay. All right. Let's do that then. Then let's go to this popcorn bucket. Okay. Because Blabs wanted to do show and tell then.
I do. Okay. So everyone's been talking about popcorn buckets and everything, but I have my very own popcorn bucket to show off today. It's a Wizarding World themed one. It's a butterbeer cart. So if you've been to the parks, and I'm pretty sure Jeff and Craig have been, Eric, I'm not sure if you've ever been to one, no. So they have these at the Hogsmeade section where they sell butterbeer drinks, and I actually have one now, and it's actually cute because it opens up on all sides and everything, so interactive. And the popcorn is inside of here. Which side? Right? So you put it in there. Someone was like, oh, I can't put my dick in it. I don't want it. I'm like, okay. So yeah, anyway, I just wanted to point out that I got my very own one too.
Well, you can almost get 2 full cups of popcorn in that.
I know, it's a baby.
You know how hard it would to eat out of that thing?
Well, because originally it's like full of butterbeer gummies, right? And so each one of them is shaped like a mug. And by the way, I did a boxing on my YouTube channel, just saying. But yeah, you get little butterbeer gummies inside of it instead of popcorn, which is like trying to adapt for the IP itself.
Is it a candy box or a popcorn bucket?
Well, it's technically it's a gummy box, but it's a popcorn bucket. It's a competition. It's a Harry Potter version because it's not really like popcorn and stuff. So yeah, I just wanted to show it off and be like, I'm part of the problem now.
You are. You are. Well, we've talked about popcorn buckets quite a bit, but Blabs has an entire list of popcorn bucket designs from 2024, which I thought would be fun to go down the list and check out. Jeff, you up for this idea?
Yeah, I made a video about how they look suggestive today or recently, so I'm excited to see what your guys' list is.
Wait, you're telling me this looks suggestive?
That was number 1.
This is the Dune one, right? Obviously, we saw the Deadpool Wolverine just bucket, right? Now this is new. I haven't seen this one. This is the Kong Godzilla.
Oh, that's a good one.
It's Kong. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. They come together here in the middle. It's actually 2 separate popcorn buckets, which, by the way, not a fan of the bringing them together because in the middle right there, your hand is going to get caught in the middle, and I don't like that. I like to be able to just put my entire hand into a popcorn bucket.
Big hand problems.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, silly. Here's another Godzilla one, which it's
got one of
pretty
those.
fun looking. You have one of those. Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
I like this one a lot. This one's cute.
Same.
I did not see this one. The mini puffed popcorn bucket. I like
It's
that
cute.
one.
And I have to say, I actually watched the Frozen Empire on the plane. Really boring.
Yeah.
Really freaking boring. Nothing happened. I was disappointed.
Did you guys see Frozen Empire? I started it. Didn't go too far into it. Did you guys like it or no?
Definitely could be trimmed up a little bit to make it not boring.
Yeah.
I think we should have left Ghostbusters after Afterlife. They kind of reset the balance. Then it was all nostalgia.
Yeah.
Now it's kind of.
That's pretty cool though. I like the.
Yeah, I think the
Ghost Trap
Ghostbusters ones are pretty good.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Is Craig
when
okay?
the popcorn buckets are better than the movie.
Yeah,
No,
right.
I
And then we
went
have
into
a
delay.
tin.
I'm good.
That's from Mean Girls, which I mean, it's pretty genius. The burn book, it makes sense, but bit annoying to
12
close.
kernels in there.
Yeah, I feel like it's not deep enough to put popcorn in. It's
None of
like
these
less
are big
deep than
enough.
mine.
Blabs, I'm gonna reset real quick. Oh, if you can pull this up and keep going, I'll keep scrolling down. That's about as basic of a bucket as you can get right there, and I like that. Does
it come with a lid? Is that what that is? Is that a lid?
Sure looks like it.
All right, so this is it's just the
I'll be
lid
right
bucket. This is peak, whatever that is, and then we have this one, which is really cute. Kung Fu Panda 4 popcorn bucket. You know, I've never seen a single Kung Fu Panda movie. I like the
The
music.
ramen in that? I wonder if that's gonna take a ramen or if it's just plastic.
It kind of looks plasticky. I don't think you could put ramen in it. It might melt. And then we have these ones also, which is straight up funny. I feel like, oh my god, cultural appropriation or something, but I like that.
Take home box.
Yeah, that's classic right there. And we've also this one. Now this one, you may be able to put ramen in there, maybe. Popcorn bucket. And then we have the blue popcorn bucket, which I don't know if anyone ever saw that movie. I think it's with Paramount. And we have Inside Out 2, the anger popcorn bucket. That's cute. I feel like the Disney people are gonna go wild for that one.
Does this hair pop off? Is that how you?
I'm
put the popcorn in?
assuming. Or like it's
good
open in the
design.
back and it's just all in the front and then, like it's open. And then there's this one for Inside Out 2 also. That looks cool, I guess. You
It's
have
got
your
a cup
drink in
holder.
it. So I like this one though. Garfield. Classic.
Yeah.
There's a lot of weird ads in this thing. And then there's Garfield again. I like the other one better. This one's kind of creepy with the eyes.
That's coked out Garfield.
Yeah, and that is the end
Lasagna
of
out.
That is the end of our popcorn buckets. I don't know. I think Ghostbusters takes the cake.
Ghostbusters wins in merchandise. Like, you don't even need more Ghostbusters movies, but they'll just keep making stuff, and it'll keep moving forever.
That's true. All right, let me get some supers. Okie dokie. So, oh no, some of these didn't remove themselves. So I might read them again. I'm sorry. HP Lovecraft became a YouTube member. Thank you very much. And I think John did too, but I think we got those, but they didn't remove. Josh says, don't get why they don't live stream vote counting. I don't know.
It's an interesting idea.
Yeah, transparency. More is needed.
John says, well, are you going to go out with him, Blabs? Who?
No, the guy, the one who said he had a crush on you.
Oh, no.
Craig. That was his name, Craig from Canada.
Oh,
Yeah, I was gonna say as soon as Soul Services, remember HD DVD versus Blu-ray DVDs? Yeah, and then there was another competition too, wasn't there? Blu-rays and something else, like another one, wasn't there?
No, that was it. Because
That
then
was
it
it?
just
Okay.
moved to 4K. But that's like a niche.
John says Tennessee machines print out your vote selections on a paper roll that stays with the machine. Then you confirm it. Thank you,
That's
John.
interesting. Thanks, John.
The Grateful Gamer says first Charles Schultz, then you cancels him for Trump interview. Now this. Also can't say Trump on Super Chat.
Wow, that's
Thank you.
crazy.
Really?
Mercenary says and tortious interference. Ask Legal Mindset.
Oh,
Thank you,
tortious
Mercenary.
interference, yeah.
I wonder if you could say Kamala.
I bet you can.
Over on locals, get out of here, Craig. My show. Cookie Dawn says for Majora's Mask is hipster Zelda for $1, and then Spoon Ninja came in for $1. Says, did someone say my name? And it's a picture of Arnold Schwarzenegger dressed as a Gryffindor student in Harry Potter. And it's really weird.
Arnold.
Yeah.
There
Now
you
you
go.
may continue.
Kalichi came in, says the Delta flight attendant also kicked a woman off a plane for wearing an in-veteran suicide shirt, labeling them as threatening. Delta's been fucking up as of late. I think the whole entire company is progressive at this point. Thanks, Kalichi. That's crazy to hear. And Delta, ironically, came in with this $1 direct donation. Says, I wonder if any of these issues with the first AI chatbot, what was it, Omega? If there any? I wonder if there are any of these issues with Omega. One of you guys might remember there was a free chat service 8 to 15 years ago. I wonder if AI got him the gun. This sounding like a video game debate. Yeah, I don't know, Delta. It's an interesting conversation for sure. And Kratos Raptor came in, says, my B-Day is tomorrow, and we need a remasters of X-Men Legends 1 and 2. Oh, man, that'd
Happy
be fun
birthday.
to see. Hey, Kratos. Dan Vasquez here, hanging out in the background with a very special message just for you.
Happy, much happy birthday for you.
And for the record, Dan has all his fingers in that clip, as opposed to his. I don't know if you guys saw. Dan had a gardening accident where he cut one of his fingers to the bone, doing some shearing. So, all right, man. I'll tell you what. Oh, there it is. John says Kamala. Yes, you can. There. Okay, there you go. Now we know, John. It's good to know. It's great. Jeez Louise. Okay, it's time to get out of here, guys. Thank you very much for your support this week. I had a great week of programming. You can tell during today's show, I started to wear down. I started the week slow, and I feel like I am getting sick as we're talking right now. So we'll see how this goes.
I told you.
Way to go, Internet. Well, I'll tell you what.
Sick.
Yeah. Jeff, please tell everybody where they can find you, my friend.
Folks, you can find me over on the World Class Bullshitters YouTube channel. We are getting close to 200K. We're deep into the 198 territory. Woo! So if you like what we talk about this stuff. We talk about entertainment. I do my own comics and graphic novels. So if you're interested in watching that journey as well, come to WCBS. And what we're known for, our toy video, well, our new series starts on Saturday, where I'm going around the country to cool toy stores, displays. If you like Lego, trains, vintage stuff, watch the series. It's going to drop every Saturday for the next couple of weeks. But on top of that, we'll bring you the Ollie's videos you like, and I have a little Halloween treat that's going to drop on Monday. But
I like
thanks again
that.
for having me, guys.
Going to all the stores and seeing stuff, that's cool. Nice.
There's a lot of Harry Potter stuff at the one I went to on Monday, so you'll like the video, Blabs.
Thank you.
Nice.
Awesome. Eric, what about you, buddy?
Oh, yeah, you can find me and my wife doing movie reactions over on Yumi and the Movies. We're starting a marathon of classic Universal monster movies today until Halloween. So you got Dracula today, Frankenstein tomorrow, The Mummy. We're doing Bride of Frankenstein, Wolfman, and The Creature from the Black Lagoon. And we all cap it off on Halloween with The Monster Squad.
That's awesome.
Also,
good
I'd like to shout out my buddy Jay's. Achromatic Chronicles Green is available on ripascend.com, so go pre-order your copy now.
Hell yeah. That's great stuff right there. Love that. Well, appreciate you guys. Thanks so much for being a part of our show. Thank you so much for allowing us to be a part of your life and you guys being a part of ours. You guys have a great rest of your weekend. Go outside, touch some grass. It's good for you. Get off the internet, right? If you're going to check in, but then get off. Get out of here. Get out of here. Go do your thing. Go be a normal man out there. With that said, guys, have a great weekend. Go subscribe to Blabs' channel where you can find all sorts of Harry Potter content as well. And there'll be more videos coming up over the weekend for some great videos that I found. With that said, have a great rest of your day. Remember, people are going to try to keep you down. Don't let them. You guys got a goal. Go get it. Have a great day, guys. See you later. Bye-bye.